Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Now usually I am strict, I am saying all sorts of things that are so meaningful, and I'm so stern, and I act like I rule with an iron fist, and I'm this and I'm that. You understand me? Other times people will judge me and think that I'm something else and this and that and a third, and I usually don't care. But I think that it's a get to know me moment, and I am open for persons to get to know me. I've sent out some messages to my associates, and I said to them that you can ask me any questions that is appropriate and I will openly answer on my channel. I will openly answer and I'll be honest on my channel. I'll post this on the Devil Advocate channel and the Advocate channel. So for those who miss one, you can always watch the other channel and you will see the video just the same. So there are a pool of questions that they sent to me, my God in heaven, and I decided that I am going to answer each of them honestly, and if it's inappropriate, I wrote all of them down, and if I deem it being inappropriate, then I'm simply not going to answer. Okay, so let's get into it. The first question someone asked me was, how old am I? That's like the basic question. I always spoke about my age. I'm 40 years old and stuff like that. So for those who ask me, this clearly is somebody who is trying to find out if I'm an ageist sometimes or if I'm shy to speak on my age or anything like that. Hell no, I've never been shy to speak on my age. There are oftentimes I don't want to, and it's not me, it's because who I am speaking to. There are times when people dismiss people, their ages, they dismiss people based on their age, meaning that they think of the person being less than the older they get and stuff like that. And because of such, I have no interest in wanting to really communicate with anybody, just about anyone, and be open to them when it comes to my age and understanding myself. And it feels nice, guys. It feels great to be over here. I do not have any non-communicable disease. I do not have any virus that is serious, even though I had a flu recently, and I'm getting rid of it. I am okay. I am in good health, even though I have back pain every now and then and stuff like that. But there are things that I do and natural substances that I take, to alleviate the pain. But otherwise from that, I'm good. I'm Gucci. It's fun. It's cool. It's, I'm at peace. It's a beautiful thing, to live to become 40 years old. It's a great thing. I tell myself, I believe I'm a senior citizen, like I always say, because the average person is not living to be 80 years old. So if you reach 40, they're living to be like 60. So if you reach 40 years old, you're basically a senior citizen. And I'm proud because I look good, I take care of myself, and I could easily pass for someone who is 25 years old. So when I tell people my age, I usually ask for my ID because they want to know that if what I'm saying is true. Based on how I talk, you will believe or be convinced. But looking at me, physically, they usually don't believe that I'm actually 40. And even if I look the age, it wouldn't be anything to me because, like I said, I'm proud of my age. And that's a beautiful thing for me. It's very windy, guys. I live on a hill. I call it Wind Hill because it's extremely windy. I'm actually on the inside, and the wind is very powerful. So forgive me if you hear a lot of wind in my background. See, my hair is blowing also. And, it's beautiful, like I said. And, usually people don't believe me when I tell them my age, but it's a great thing. Like I said, I do not have any illnesses. I approach life accordingly and take it one step at a time. I wasn't in a rush for much, and I guess that's one of the reasons age doesn't show on me. I maintain my innocence up until adulthood, and because of such, that's also a contributor factor, whether you like it or not. My parents were actually young people at the time, young adults, when they also had me. So that's also a contributor factor, and my diet also. I've been through a lot of stress and struggle with depression and stuff like that, just like anybody else out there, especially in a time like this. There's so much things that you have dealing with in the real world, so it will contribute to depression. But I'm here, and I'm okay, and I'm loving life, and I feel great, and so because of that, I have a lot to give thanks for. Do I wish I was younger is the next question. Absolutely not. There has never been a time where I wish I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25. No. I absolutely don't. I have no regrets because I was always a structured individual, and I was always on a path, and I always have goals and endeavors, and as soon as I get some money, I always establish a business. I always go into business. Not to say that if you don't go in a business you don't have any ambition or anything like that, but I wasn't the type of person who squander my time or my money, and so I don't really have any regrets. Only thing that I can say is that up until now, I wish I had investors, I wish I had supporters, financial investors and financial supporters who believed in me and support me and my ideas, who believe in me wholeheartedly and not just saying it, because a lot of persons were there just saying something because it sounds good in the moment, and they saw my potential and they were really haters and bad mind people. So they came and they heard, they saw, but at the end of the day they saw that there was too much potential in me and too much greatness, and they didn't want that. Even though they were about to benefit from it, you understand me? They didn't want that. And that's something that we have to look out for in life. People who come around you and they are just there to tear you down. They're not there to add to you or invest in your time and your energy and your space to help to make themselves a great person. And those are things. And up until today, I'm still seeking investors. I'm a source. So I always have ideas. I'm a source who always have ideas. This question is, how many boyfriends do you have? I don't know. I don't know if I have any. I think I stopped counting it when it reached over 100. I know who asked this question. I don't get the significance of it, but apparently you want to know how many boyfriends. You didn't even ask if I have a boyfriend or if I'm married. You actually asked me how many. So you're assuming that I have a boyfriend and I have more than one. So I stopped counting after 100. Clock that. Okay. So, I'm sorry. The next question is, I'm sorry, how far do you think you will go with your channel? How far do I think I will go with my channel? I have no idea. I have no idea. Like I said before, I was very driven. When I started vlogging, I was driven and I had a goal and I wanted, to gain traction and stuff like that. But now I look into it, I look at quality versus quantity. So you can gain traction, you can gain views and stuff like that, but oftentimes it's not meaningful and so it's not lasting. You will have a heated moment where a video go viral, or you're constantly on a roll. You're on a roll constantly and it always go, it always jump, it always climb, it always go up. And then the moment die out and nobody remembers you, or very few persons, and you're hunting for that moment when you are doing so well and you can't find that moment. I don't want that to be me. So I rather stay here and I take my time and climb the ladder. Take my time and climb the ladder. When I take my time and climb the ladder and I finally get there, I stay. You understand? And I have these captured people that are loyalists to me and stuff like that. What is my perfect date? I think I did something like this on some videos ago. What my perfect date? A perfect date for me is very simple. I love a long drive to somewhere peaceful, like a garden, a nice beautiful garden, and have a picnic. I can have a lunch. There are fruits. We have fruits. We have sandwiches, juice, water, and just enjoying the beautiful sunlight. Or if it's a valley, we enjoy the scenery. If it's near a beach, we enjoy the ocean, and it's just so beautiful. That's for me is a perfect date. That's for me is a perfect date. Something that has to do with nature, a quick bite that has to do with nature, peaceful sound, peaceful, just quiet and peaceful. I love that. It doesn't have to be candlelight, romantic in lingerie or dressing up, and you understand me? It can be a simple summer ice cream date for me also, in a nice summer dress. I love that. You understand me? That for me is a perfect date. Ice cream date in a nice summer dress. I love that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You understand? I used to be I think, let me see the next one. I'll try to skip this one. I used to be in a music video. If I used to be in a music video. Someone was writing it over and they write it the wrong way. So they meant to ask me if I've ever been in a music video. Yes, I was in, but it wasn't for Jamaica. There was a Calypsonian in Antigua, and I was in a music video. And it was a short moment. It was short. I don't even remember the name of the artist, to be honest. But he came to me. I was getting my hair done at the time when I was overseas, and he asked me if I wanted to be in his video and stuff, and I said yes. And I went for my little costume and stuff and dressing up, and that was it. That was it. Yes, I used to model also, and I used to model. So yeah, one thing led to another and stuff like that. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? I see myself in the next 5 years being beautiful, being happy, being peaceful, getting a lot of customers for my business, and being positive and wholesome and doing meaningful things in life, having my foundation also where I give back to a particular set of group of people, and that's my goal, and having so many people come on board to support me and support a good cause and also support my business. You understand me? That's where I see myself, and having a lot of investors that are around that cater to a great idea that I put forward and actually supporting me. Yep. Where am I from? I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Montego Bay in the parish of St. James, and that's in Jamaica, West Indies, the Caribbean. That's where I'm from. I'm from Jamaica. Usually when I travel, people always think that I'm from St. Martin or I'm from Trinidad. They always think that I'm from those islands, but I'm actually not. I'm actually a Jamaican. Actually, Jamaican blood, Jamaican born. Fierce. Fierce as hell. Do you believe in marriage? Do I believe in marriage? Okay, growing up, I believe in the wholesome. I believe in family values. I believe in family strength, family structure, and all of that. But as I get older in life, as a person who was engaged twice, and as I get older in life, I realize that the sanctity of marriage have been corrupted, and it's not what it is. It's not what it's supposed to be, and persons do not respect it. And because it's not being respected, then I have absolutely no reason to want to be married, because you can get married, but at the end of the day, you still have to face people whose mind is are mainly wayward. They say one thing now, another, there's something else. They're not sure of where they want to go. What they're trying to accomplish in life, and they'll take you on a joyride and waste your time. And so even if you respect the sanctity of marriage, it is usually between two, especially in the Western world where we don't necessarily believe in polygamy. So if it's between two, you still have to encounter someone that you're going to hope that their mind remain, hope that they have values, hope that they are strong, independent in mind and thought, respectfully, and also wholesome people, and you share the same fundamentals continuously. And that's something extremely difficult. So okay, so the next question is, what do I enjoy doing in my spare time? I have to draw it a little bit closer so I could see the questions at hand. What do I enjoy doing in my spare time? In my spare time, I enjoy doing absolutely nothing, lying in my bed, relaxing, and fantasizing about some beautiful things that are in utopia. I kid you not. That's just my life. That's basically how I am. I'm not a boring or mundane person. I don't think I am. I've never been told I am. I always thought I'm silly and that I'm trying to push out people. You see, you have to get to know me personally in order to get a feedback. And I know a lot of persons are feeling for the energy behind it. So let me break it down in adjectives. I'm silly, okay? Everybody get the intelligent part, so I don't have to get that. I'm silly. I am comforting. I am, what's the word? Perky. Silly, comforting, perky, weird at times. Introvert and extrovert. Depends on the situation. That's why I really don't believe in those words. What else? I'm very observing, and I'm a good listener. That's also part of my description. And sexy, alluring. I like things that are appealing, attractive, alluring, seductive. That's me also. And I mentioned silly. Yeah, a silly, quirky side to me. And that's funny. That's a lot of persons like that side to me. And I don't have to use trendy buzzwords because that takes away from the naturalness and pureness of myself. And might guys, I'm trying to ignore certain questions, but Why do I have so much tattoos? I have so much tattoos because I feel like putting on a lot of tattoos, and I have more to put on. But they're in places that you won't see. You understand? Because I try to make them as invisible as possible, as stretch marks also. And so I cover some of them. I have this one on my belly. I think this one is the most painful. That's why I haven't finished it, because it's so painful. But then I make sure that I wear things like these all day, every day. So people see me, people know that's me. They mark, because usually my hairstyle changes a lot. And so it changes the appeal of my face, or the appearance of my face. So it's hard for it to make a positive ID. It changed the contour of my eyes. It changed how I appear to people. And because of that, they mark me by my tummy, and they mark me by my tattoos on my belly. So that's about it. Well, I'm not an outgoing person. I am, but it has to be somewhere that is like serenity, somewhere peaceful, somewhere quiet. Or if it's a lot of excitement, it's among strangers, people that I don't know, not people within the same demographic, people from way over someplace, some part across the globe, and I'm having a good time among them, because more than likely they're going to be respectful and they're going to be peaceful people. Wink, wink. And so because of that, I tend to just stay by myself, and I will listen to music, which leads to the other question that they're going to ask, or they have posed to me, is what kind of music do I listen? I like contemporary music. I like Enya. For those who know Enya, Enya is my girl. I love Enya music. What else? I listen to all sorts of music, pop. I'm trying to get away from hip hop, rap music, dancehall. I'm trying to get away from those. I listen to reggae. I like acoustic reggae. And some nice music. I see JC Lodge coming back. She's an older woman coming back doing reggae, and her songs are so cool and nice and sweet. Like, a girl that wants love and to be desired. And I'm like, oh God, when I get older, I want to record this type of music and just have a feel good moment with it. And that's what I want. Me, because it speaks to my personality, and so that's what I like about myself. Why are you guys questions so shallow? You guys need to ask me something. You finally got a moment, and then you're asking me all these weird questions. Who do I have a crush on? Who do I have a crush on? The next question is, who do you have a crush on? They want to know, who do I have a crush on? I don't have a crush on anybody. Absolutely nobody out there. People are, you see, that's a beauty of getting older. When you're older in life and you see things for what they really are, it's like you're not just surface anymore. You're not just shallow. You're looking at things based on a picture. You're just looking at the 1,000 words that it actually has, and it's actually saying. And so we'll be attracted to people, of course, because the eyes are seeing something that's in front of us. But when you get into it, you're more concerned with their personality. And oftentimes you see people's character coming out, and sometimes it's questionable. And because of such, you don't really necessarily, they are attractive, but you don't find them attractive or being attracted to them. And so I don't really have anybody out there that I can safely say that I have a crush on or anything like that, because I like a variety. I like a guy that's very skinny. Very skinny. I like a guy that's very skinny. Or skinny guys like me. That could also be skinny guys like me. And I've dated guys that are very big, large, husky, like Notorious B.I.G. I have dated those type of guys before. They're really nice, a great personality. And the guys that are very tall, I've been guys 6'6" before. And I was engaged to a guy that was 5'5". So I've been on both sides of the scale, and so it's life. It's one of those things in life. Next question. Why do you say what you said? They actually asking me, why do I hate Vybz Kartel? Or why do I do not hate Vybz Kartel, the dancehall artist. I have no hatred for Vybz Kartel. I do not like what he has portrayed himself to be. And I'm within my right not to like it. He's a public figure. He put himself out there as such, as a gangster. I'm not attracted to gangster. These people are the antithesis of peace and safety of law-abiding citizens. And if you're a gangster, you're going to come with fear and intimidation, extortion, and all these type of things. And I do not believe in it. I do not support it. And because of such, I do not like the character of what he put forward and the people who support it and want to be influenced by it. And then they believe that they must do as they please and they should get away with it. And law enforcement and the system is fighting against them when they build a wall for themselves, structured for themselves, that they can climb over whenever and do as they please to ordinary law-abiding citizens. And then they will climb back over and you can't go over their wall, or you should not. And it's going to be a problem if you do. And it's corruption and it's everything, but they are somewhat innocent at all times. That's the type of imagery that he puts forward, and I don't like it, I don't support it, and I most likely never will. And it's a sad day that you're in a society where majority of people who you are around are supporting these type of people and this type of character. So what do you expect young children to do? If they break into your house, you should not have an issue with it. If they decide to turn gangster and take out a gun and turn it on you, you should not have a problem with it. You should settle with it. You should be able to cope with it, because that's what you're promoting and putting forward. And because of that, I just show my disdain for what the guy stands for. And that's about it. I do not hold feelings to any artist or any sort of comfort to them. We're not here to spare feelings. And that's how it is. It's not like I'm being disrespectful. I'm speaking the truth. And truth will out, whether you like it or not. And that's just what it is. Next question. That has absolutely nothing to do with this one. SS, who is your mentor? My mentor are great people who I grew up with, like my school teachers. A lot of them were my mentor. A lot of religious people from different backgrounds have been my mentor, because they say it takes a village to raise a child, and I somewhat believe it. And I was able to take good and bad from each avenue and put it into one, and then I decide as to where I want to go with these fundamentals, with these structures, with the ideals that they put forward. And so I was always like that, I take from so many things that I see out there. You understand me? Even like Oprah, growing up, we usually believe and support Oprah. I don't agree with everything that the woman says or do, but that doesn't mean that I hate her. I still support her. I think that, she's a great woman of the Black community that has done her share or her fair share of work, and I've put it forward. And because of that, I don't have an issue with who she is or anything like that. So there have been several persons out there who I look up to, people who I respect, and has helped me to have a strong mind going forward in life and to traverse this earth with a lot of vigor, with being driven and all of that, and highly motivated with a sound mind. So that's it for me. The next question is, what kind of business are you pushing when you said that you're opening a shop? My shop is like a grocery. It's like a small grocery and also a bar on it. So that's what I'm establishing, and seeking support and stuff like that. Financial support, that is, to push it forward. I also want to establish an office where I do counseling and I can assist people, which I have been doing via the phone, but a physical location would be great. And so I have the place or the space available, and so it's just to build something that is structured. I would love the support to do so, and also to establish my business. And so it's a bar, not necessarily a rum bar, but more so like a juice bar, you understand, where there are mixes and stuff, beverages, so children are welcome. And that's what I'm basically establishing, and I'm looking the support, and that's what I have been pushing, and that's what I have been doing, in my time. And so I'm just here and giving thanks and taking it a day at a time, hoping that the support actually comes, Yep. What's your favorite lip gloss? Oh, I guess this was asked for a female. What's my favorite lip gloss? My favorite lip gloss, I think anything that's clear to cherry. Anything that's clear to cherry, or clear and just clear in and of itself. I'm not too fussy when it comes to lip, because I believe that I have beautiful lips, and I need not to do much when it comes to my lips or getting it plump, because they already are, and I think they're perfect for me. For my size of my mouth, my lips are perfect. They need not to be bigger, they need not to be smaller, they're just perfect for me. and I love my lips, and that's why I say, you know, clear to cherry does it for me. Clear to cherry. um, why do you wear your hair like that? Why do I wear my hair? I guess you're talking with the decorated ornaments. I wear because it adds to my beauty and it adds to my appeal, and that's just a part of my personality. So it comes out in my hairstyle, it comes out in my lip gloss, I guess, in how I treat my eyebrows, in my eyes. You know, if I wear lashes, I'm not wearing any now. And I guess that's just adds to my personality, and it adds to who I am. Variety is the spice of life, and when you can add flavor to it in unique ways, then it's a beautiful thing. Yep. Oh, are you planning to do anything for the Easter? No, I had no plans for the Easter. I was just hoping that I could open my business and start doing what I want to do. But, you know, sometimes time delay, and that's it. You know, I just waiting on the holiday season to pass over, and then I get back to business and start doing what I have to do. So that's about it. Yep, pretty much. And do you enjoy sex? I'm not gonna answer any sexual questions because it's not me. I am not going to answer any sexual questions, anything that has to do with homosexuality, anything that has to do with my bedroom business, anything that has to do with heterosexuality. I will not answer any question that is in that nature, okay? So let's move on to the next question that has nothing to do with this one. If you were married, where would you want to go for the honeymoon? If I was married, where would I want to go for the honeymoon? If I was married, I guess it's referring to a perfect romantic spot, vacation spot that is probably somewhere that they're advertising like I'm a tropical girl, so I love tropical areas that doesn't have so much mosquitoes or anything, or bugs or anything like that. But probably the Maldives that I've seen on the internet, or this place called Mykonos. I think it's Mykonos, that's how it's pronounced in Greece. Or Zanzibar. I think Zanzibar is in Zimbabwe. Zanzibar, no, or in South Africa. No, I don't want to go to South Africa. There's this beautiful place that I'm seeing on the internet, and it's in Zimbabwe. It's in Zimbabwe. That's where I want to go. That's where I would want to go. That would be, or to say Barts, one of those beautiful islands. And I've been to some of them. I used to live in the island of Tortola, British Virgin Island, and it's like paradise. So I'm familiar with the scenery, and that would be for me. Anyways, that's just what I love. The tropics, you will never lose. Do you prefer rich guys or do you prefer rich guys or 9 to 5? I don't think the career path matters. I don't think if he's rich or if he's a 9 to 5 guy, I don't think it necessarily matters. I think personality is what counts. Yes, you want a guy that's creative financially. You want to know that you're with someone who's creative financially, and someone wherein if you have your money, you can save yours and spend his. And spend his money, you know, get it to invest in some things, while at the same time buying a bikini to go to the beach or getting my nails done. You understand? So it doesn't hurt, but I don't think, I think the personality of the individual, because you can be rich as ever and be a total jerk, and no woman will find you attractive or want to be around you for too long. So, or you can be a 9 to 5 and you're still a loser. You are still a loser. There are so many grade A losers who are working 9 to 5. Grade A losers. And for some strange reason, they believe that they're good guys. And they love to talk about a good man or a hardworking man like me. A woman doesn't want. Not because you're hardworking doesn't mean that you're a good person. There are so many idlers out there who are good men. There's so many, they're good guys. They're just idlers. You understand? They just idle their own personal time. But that doesn't mean that they're not kind and caring. You understand? So I don't know where people getting this notion from that a good guy or hardworking man means good guy. You understand? They don't correlate and it doesn't equate to each other. So people need to get that out of their head. Next question. I think this one going to be the last question. Have you ever dated a celebrity? Why is it always around dating? Questions are always around. You guys have another device and the questions are actually going down. That's why. Have I ever dated a celebrity? Quite a few celebrities have contacted me, but I've never dated any. Oh, yeah, I just remember, but I'm not gonna call the person. I'm not gonna call the person's name, guys. It was just hilarious. I just remember the moment that the guy was actually married and stuff like that. And so I'm not gonna name the name or anything like that. But yes, I've had a moment. But that's about it, you know. That's about it. I mean, somewhere horrible. As you can see, I'm somewhere horrible. I'm just joking. Lots of equipment are here and materials to do work and to get stuff going, and that's what I'm pushing. And so I'm just enjoying. See, music's turning up. I don't know why people are playing loud music at the Easter, and it's such a quiet neighborhood. It's just such a quiet neighborhood. We don't like noise. People here do not like noise. You hardly see people. You'll see vehicle pass, and I'm the loudest person in the community. I promise. I'm just joking. There are some guys from some place at some part, some idlers who are not from here. They're not even from Montego Bay, but they just come into the neighborhood because of work and all these type of things, and come and they make a lot of noise, and they just they do all sort of crazy stuff, and I'm just not having it. We're just not having it, and so don't really want them in the community because police. Well, the good thing about this community is that police is like your best friend. You will see them all day, every day. If you want a law enforcement officer, you just need to stand up at the road for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then in time you will see a police passing by. That's just how it is. Because they know, police officers know. They know, and if anything happens, they know exactly where to go. They just know that's the first place that they're going to go, you know, to find perpetrators or anything like that. That's just how this neighborhood is. I'm not going to tell you where, don't ask me, but it's somewhere. What else? These are some questions these are some things that I'm going to say that I believe that people should have asked the type of guy that I like. I like a guy that knows a lot, speaks eloquently, but here's the thing, he should be serious. I like a guy who is serious. There's something about, because remember childhood, I have a silly side to me. So if he's serious, I'm gonna be very provoking. I'm like that, guys. I will trouble you. You can't be too quiet around me. I'm gonna bite and do all these type of things. That's just me. If you're looking too peaceful, no, it has to be disrupted. I'm like the Grinch. Anything that looks too peaceful, it must be disrupted. That's just me, you know. That's why I have this silly side to me. But I love being by myself. I don't like people. I do not like people. And the reason I do not like people is because people are just so dishonest. People are so dishonest. I have an ex, my God. And listen, if you're a dishonest person and you're dealing with me, you're not going to get any respect. And I always say, do not let me find out that you're a dishonest person, because I'm not going to respect you. You are going to hunt for something that in me that you will never find. And that's on it, and that's respect. You will never get my respect because I don't know what I'm getting. And I'm not going to waste my time to find out if you're telling the truth. Everything that you say to me will have to be verified by a third party. And I'm not going to waste my time to find out if you're telling the truth or telling the lie. So, I'm sorry, miss me with a liar. I don't want liars around me or dishonest persons, because they can get you in serious problems. These people will get you in serious problems. No. What else? Next question, a person should ask me if I enjoy dancing. Yes, like, yeah, I enjoy dancing. I can dance. I can help myself when I feel like. I don't like to be pushed. Yeah. I love teddy bears. I love teddy bears a lot. Chocolate like Catch and Tiki. Yes, I like those type of things. I like a nice. I'm not good on eating. I'm not a heavy eater, so I can get. You can make me a sandwich and it's enough for the day. Like if a sandwich has a lot of things in it, like a slice of chicken. There's lettuce. There's tomato. There's cheese. You understand me? Probably some onion or something like that, and it's a big enough sandwich. Even though I try to stay away from gluten or yeast or leaving. um, I that is enough with a nice glass of juice. That is enough for me. I am good. It will remain there in my stomach and it will do wonders. And then I get some fruits like some orange, piece of pineapple, piece of melon or slice of melon, grape. Oh my God. And yeah, and that is just beautiful. Yeah, that's for me. I love. It's a fantasy, guys, because fruits are so goddamn expensive. So it's a fantasy. Our next question, I think someone should have asked is, am I close with my parents? Yes, I have a close relationship with my parents. They're both alive and well. I also have a close relationship with my daughter because I have a daughter. She is a full-grown adult, a working female, and she's a prima donna. She likes to have things her way. And she's like that, she has to have things her way all day, every day. And one thing is that that's about her. I love you, baby girl, but I'm gonna throw you under the bus. She likes credit. Like if she does anything for you, that's good. She wants her credit. She wants to know that she did a good job, possibly some monetary gain. As about her labor is not for free. She will let you know her labors, and these are kids. And that's the problem. You see, when young people, when they come into their beauty and they know themselves, it's like they just want to be on top of the world all day, and they just believe that I should have that, or I should be treated as such because my beauty represents. That's how that. Trust me, that's how she behaves. But she's very ambitious. She's a hardworking individual, and she loves her job because she loves her food, and she eats expensive. She practices a very expensive diet. I don't know where she gets it from. And because she's going to work, because her money is to cook and prepare her own food. Her lobster, her shrimp. And that's how she gets down. Her cow foot, her oxtail. Yeah, man, that's how she gets down like that. She eats like... And that's just about it. And she, when she does a deed for you, a good deed, she wants her credit, she wants her reward. She's always like, you didn't tell me thanks, you didn't say a job well done, you didn't let me know that I did a great job. And she's down on you, and she won't stop. If she's compensated financially, it's a great moment for her. She wants, and that's just how she is. That's how she is, a prima donna. But that's what happens when you have teenagers, especially daughters. They're just gonna have their moment, and they want their moment every day. But I'm at peace with the little being. I'm at peace with her. I'm at peace with her. We talk every day, and she loves her life, but she's oftentimes miserable because when she doesn't know how to deal with things when she wants it to get done and it's not coming at the time. And I'm tell her to go general and have patience, just have some patience. Things will work out, but not on your timing. And that's just how it is in life, and you have to accept it sometimes that your timing is different. Maybe you're a late person, maybe delays upon you. So what's on time for everybody will be like a delay or seem like a delay, but it's just your time. It's just not as early as everyone else's, and that's just something that you have to learn to accept and work with in life. And if you want to change it, you have to change your mindset and just go general, and then everything will fall into place and be like a timely man. That's how I always talk to her. She doesn't really listen. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Well, the music. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye bye. I'll see you again when I have this idle moments. Bye bye. I love you.